Did you know that a Radiohead song was in the movie Clueless? And that Phil and Johnny were in Harry Potter? How about the fact that Thom Yorke has always wanted the band to go to jail? Well, we'll tell you all about it and more, but first, let's go through how this British sensation became chart toppers. From their first single, Creep, to their latest album, A Moon-Shaped Pool, Radiohead has been going strong since they first debuted in 1992. Now, although they're known for their moody music, their style has constantly changed, and we'll definitely show you the band's playful side in our lightning round, so sit tight. Hey, what's up guys? I'm Dylan, and MicDrop is here to give you the 107 music facts about Radiohead. If you're ready, let's get started. Fact number 1. The members of Radiohead met at Abingdon School in Oxfordshire, England, which is an independent boarding school for boys. Fact number 2. They began playing together in 1985 under the band name On a Friday, with Ed O'Brien on guitar, Phil Selway on drums, Thom Yorke on vocals, guitar, and piano, and Colin Greenwood on bass. Fact number 3. The name On a Friday came from the fact that the boys could only rehearse on Fridays at school each week. Fact number 4. Jonny Greenwood, Colin's brother, joined shortly after on guitar and keyboard. Johnny played with Thom Yorke, Tom's brother Andy, and Nigel Powell in an earlier band called Illiterate Hands. Fact number 5. On a Friday played their first show at Oxford's Jericho Tavern in 1986. They disbanded in 1987 when the members went to college to study music, but they regrouped in 1991 and began performing regularly in Oxford. Fact number 6. On a Friday recorded a demo tape in 1991 called Manic Hedgehog. It included 4 songs: Thinking About You, I Can't, Stop Thinking About You, and You. All these songs except Stop Thinking About You appeared on Radiohead's debut album Pablo Honey in 1993. Fact number 7. Manic Hedgehog and their second untitled 1991 demo were recently put up for auction on eBay by a collector for almost $50,000. Fact number 8. The band's earlier demos were produced by Chris Hufford and Bryce Edge. At that time, Hufford was known for producing the band Slow Drive. Hufford and Edge became On a Friday's first manager. Fact number 9. Manic Hedgehog appealed to EMI Records, and the label signed On a Friday to a 6-album deal. However, EMI did request that the band change its name, so On a Friday became Radiohead. Fact number 10. Radiohead is a song title from True Stories, an album and film by the 70s band Talking Head. The film stars lead singer David Byrne and John Goodman. Fact number 11. Thomas Edward Yorke was born on October 7th, 1968 in Wellingborough, England. Fact number 12. Tom was born with a paralyzed left eye that remained shut until he was 6 years old. After 5 operations, almost going blind, and wearing an eye patch for 1 year, he finally gained some sight. Fact number 13. Tom has had a wide range of musical influences. He once saw the band Tallulah Gosh play in Oxford. Tallulah Gosh were leaders of the twee pop movement, a UK indie rock pop subgenre. Some of Tom's other musical favorites include Elvis Costello, Queen, and the Beatles. Fact number 14. Despite initially rejecting electronic music in favor of guitar-driven rock, Tom also said that the UK's late 80s, early 90s electronic music boom, pioneered by Warp Records, had a big influence on him. Fact number 15. Tom had a chance meeting at Abingdon's music department with Thomas Dolby, an electronic musician, producer, and tech innovator, and the singer of She Blinded Me with Science. Tom became seriously interested in computer music and synthesizers after seeing Dolby's custom-made instruments. Fact number 16. Edward John O'Brien was born on April 5th, 1968 in Oxford, England. Fact number 17. Ed said that his artistic influences are drawn from 2 areas: music and literature. Some of his musical influences are The Smiths and Happy Mondays, and his literary influences include Man's Search for Meaning, The Shock Doctrine, and The Kite Runner. Fact number 18. Philip James Selway was born on May 23, 1967, in Hemmingford, Grey, England. Fact number 19. Phil studied English history at Liverpool John Moores University. He briefly took a job as an English teacher before committing to Radiohead full-time. Fact number 20. Colin Charles Greenwood was born on June 26, 1969 in Oxford, England. His musical influences were the Pixies and Fleetwood Mac. Fact number 21. Colin studied classical guitar with music teacher Terence Gilmore James at 15 years old. He later studied English at Cambridge University. Fact number 22. Jonathan Richard Guy Greenwood was born on November 5, 1971 in Oxford, England. Fact number 23. Echoing his brother Colin, Johnny said, "Our teenage years were all about going down to London and seeing all of our favorite Boston bands, like Throwing Muses and Pixies." Fact number 24. Radiohead released its first single, Creep, in 1992. It climbed to number 34 on the Billboard Hot 100 and spent a total of 20 weeks on the chart. Fact number 25. Jonny said that Thom Yorke wrote Creep after feeling unworthy of being in the presence of a beautiful woman. Jonny explained that the song is actually a positive song about recognizing who you are. Fact number 26. Creep almost didn't get released. In 1993, Ed O'Brien confessed to Billboard that the band never intended to put the song out as its first single, until producers Sean Slade and Paul Q. Coldery captured a practice version on tape. Everyone liked the recording, so they decided to release it. Fact number 27. Creep was re-released on the band's first full-length album, Pablo Honey, in 1993. It reached the top 10 on the UK singles chart. Fact number 28. The Pablo Honey album was criticized upon its release for being too steep in its influences. References to the Pixies, REM, and U2 made it difficult for some critics to appreciate the album on its own. Fact number 29. The album was produced by Sean Slade and Paul Coldery. Slade and Coldery have also worked with Hole and the Go-Go's. Fact number 30. In the next few years, as Radiohead became more successful and its musical style progressed, the only songs from Pablo Honey consistently played live were Creep, You, and Liturgy. Fact number 31. In 1994, Radiohead released the EP Itch through EMI Japan. The set featured alternative and live versions of tracks including Stop Whispering, Thinking About You, Creep, and more. Fact number 32. The live acoustic version of Creep also appeared on their other EP later released in '94 called My Iron Lung. The verses on the track were recorded live during a 1994 MTV performance at the London Astoria. Those sections were edited together with choruses from the earlier studio version. Fact number 33. Radiohead found success with its second album, The Bends, released in 1995. It took multiple rounds of recording to finish the album, with the band first starting in RAK Studios, then finishing it at Richard Branson's Manor. Fact number 34. The sessions were produced by John Leckie, who is famous for producing the Stone Roses' first album. EMI Records then gave the tapes to Sean Slade and Paul Q. Coldery for some editing, because the label was concerned that the Bends album needed a more American sound. Fact number 35. Though the Bends initially did not do well on the charts, peaking at number 88 on the Billboard 200 with no hit singles, it was a big hit among critics and was eventually certified gold and platinum in America. Fact number 36. The Bends introduced some of Radiohead's most memorable tracks, including High and Dry, Planet Telex, Fake Plastic Trees, and Just, which helped create a following for the band. Fact number 37. One reason for the album's eventual success was the music video for High and Dry. There were actually two versions, though. One for the American market and one for the European market. The American version, directed by Paul Cunningham, was an action-filled Quentin Tarantino-esque short film shot in San Leandro, California. The European version was shot earlier by Dave Mould in black and white. This video features the band playing in a desert-like area. Fact number 38. Radiohead released its first concert recording on VHS in 1995 called Live at the Astoria. Though the concert shown was from 1994, they performed earlier versions of songs that appeared later on their 1995 album The Bends. The concert was re-released on DVD in 2005. Fact number 39. The Bends helped Radiohead earn slots opening for REM and Alanis Morissette in North America. Touring with two of the biggest 90s acts helped them gain major exposure in the US. Fact number 40. In 1996, the Radiohead song Talk Show Host appeared on the soundtrack to Baz Luhrmann's remake of Romeo and Juliet. Fact number 41. The band started with the idea to produce their third album, OK Computer, on their own in their Oxfordshire studio. Their lack of experience, however, caused them to re-enlist their usual producer, Nigel Godrich. Fact number 42. When Radiohead toured with Alanis Morissette, they played their not yet recorded song, Paranoid Android, and developed it in concert long before they recorded it for OK Computer. In concert, the song would last about 15 minutes or more. The album version was 6 minutes and 23 seconds, and many radio stations still asked for a shorter version, but Radiohead would not change it. Fact number 43. Radiohead contributed their OK Computer song Lucky to the compilation album Help, which also featured Paul McCartney, Blur, Oasis, The Stone Roses, Portishead, The Manics, Massive Attack, Paul Weller, Johnny Depp, and Kate Moss. Sales from the album were used to fund humanitarian aid for civilian victims in war-torn Bosnia. The album was created by War Child, an organization founded by filmmakers David Wilson and Bill Leeson. Fact number 44. The band was commended for contributing an original song to the Help compilation album, but Ed later admitted they did that because they were not good at doing covers. At least he's honest. Fact number 45. The idea for Lucky came from a night in Japan when the band did a sound check, and Ed played a strange, high-pitched chord on his guitar. He strummed the strings above the nut on his guitar, and that same chord was then used in the beginning of Lucky. Fact number 46. No Surprises was the first song recorded for OK Computer. Several takes were re-recorded, but of course they ended up using the first one and making minor changes. Fact number 47. Colin said they drank vodka and OJ before they recorded Paranoid Android. Their drinking sessions then turned into a jam session that led to 3 songs being combined to form Paranoid Android. Fact number 48. Some previous titles for the album were Your Home May Be at Risk If You Do Not Keep Up Payments, and Ones and Zeros. The song Airbag was also originally called Last Night an Airbag Saved My Life, which is one of the lines from the song. Fact number 49. Airbag is about a car crash that Thom and his girlfriend were in back in 1987, where his girlfriend suffered whiplash. Thom said the song is about the illusion of safety, saying in reality, airbags don't really work, and they go off at random. Fact number 50. In Paranoid Android, the lyric Kicking and Screaming, Gucci Little Piggy was a reference to a woman that Thom saw in a bar. Someone had spilled a drink on her and Thom said she turned into a demon. Fact number 51. One song on the album is called Karma Police, and Ed once said that when someone in the band behaved like an a-hole, one of the others always said, the Karma Police is gonna get you. A good reminder and a good song. Fact number 52. Airbag is the first song on OK Computer, and the last song is The Tourist, which is about reckless driving that leads to a car crash. So the album comes full circle from surviving an accident in an airbag to getting back into a horrible one in The Tourist. Fact number 53. The album was finally released on May 21st, 1997. It won multiple awards, including the Grammy for Best Alternative Music Programming. It also reached number 1 in the UK, and years later in 2005, Spin Magazine named OK Computer the best album over the past 20 years. Fact number 54. Fitter Happier tied the band so strongly to sexual health issues and happy relationships that Thom Yorke's image was used on advertisements for pharmacies in Russia and on an Iranian book called Marital and Sexual Problems in Men. Fact number 55. To promote OK Computer, Radiohead went on a worldwide tour that took them across the UK, continental Europe, North America, Australia, New Zealand, and Japan. Fact number 56. The tour was documented by Grant G and released as the film Meeting People is Easy in 1998. The film plays out over 100 plus concerts, beginning on the tour's first stop in Spain and ending with the final show at Radio City Music Hall in New York City. It was nominated for Best Long-Form Music Video at the 2000 Grammy Awards. Fact number 57. In 1998, they released 7 television commercials, a VHS collection of the band's music videos up to that time from the albums The Bends and OK Computer. 7 television commercials were re-released on DVD in 2003. Time for the lightning round. Who's ready? You? Good. Radiohead has a reputation for being serious artists, but what you might not know is that the members of the band have a playful side. Let's check out some of their fun music methods and side projects. Fact number 58. The album title, Pablo Honey, was taken from The Jerky Boys, a 90s prank call TV show. In one prank, the caller says, Pablo, honey, please come to Florida. The call is sampled on the album How Do You? Fact number 59. The song Just started as a friendly competition between Thom and Jonny to see how many chords they could fit into a single song. Fact number 60. Phil Selway and Jonny Greenwood teamed up with Pulp frontman Jarvis Cocker to play the fake band, The Weird Sisters. The Weird Sisters are the most popular musical group in the world of Harry Potter. They make their debut in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Fact number 61. Radiohead did a cover of Rhinestone Cowboy, made famous by Glenn Campbell. The country pop song originally released in 1975, and it tells the story of a man trying to become successful when he is down on his luck. Fact number 62. The Bends is dedicated to comedian, social satirist, and musician Bill Hicks. Thom Yorke said Bill Hicks was able to make things that were incredibly frightening, funny, and by doing that, make them seem okay. Fact number 63. Radiohead carefully crafted its music, but the band was open to happy accidents it found in the process. Like the white noise at the beginning of The Bends is actually a field recording Thom Yorke did while outside a hotel in the United States. He said there was these guys training these 8-year-old kids, and they were parading up and down with all these different instruments. The guy had this little microphone and his sweater and was going, yeah, keep it up, keep it up. So I ran out and I taped it. I'm sure his English accent was better than that. Who knew people watching could lead to art? Fact number 64. One time, Thom smashed his guitars in Phil's drum kit. He then apologized to Phil and took his family out for tea. Very classy over in the UK. Fact number 65. The only reason Thom decided to start a band with Colin back in the day was because they both liked to wear weird outfits when they were younger. He said they would go to the same parties and Colin would have something strange on, like a beret and a catsuit, and Thom would be wearing something weird like a fluffy blouse and a wrinkly velvet suit. Whew, would have been nice to have Instagram back then. Fact number 66. Many listeners first heard Fake Plastic Trees in the movie Clueless in 1995. It plays during the scene in which Cher finds her stepbrother, Josh, played by Paul Rudd, in her house for the first time, and Cher was not a fan of the song, saying, yuck, the mandolin, music of the university station. What is it about college and crybaby music? It's called rock and roll, Cher. That is the end of the lightning round. See, Radiohead isn't that depressing after all. Did we miss any playful moments? Comment below and let us know. Now, back to the facts. Fact number 67. Radiohead also performed at the Human Rights Concert in 1998 that took place in the city of Paris. A mix of artists performed to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the signing of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Some performers included Bruce Springsteen, Alanis Morissette, and Shania Twain, and many others. They played for a large audience, including the Dalai Lama. Fact number 68. Between December 1997 and April 1998, Radiohead released 2 more EPs. The first, No Surprises / Running from Demons, was released in Japan ahead of the band's tour. That was followed by Airbag, How Am I Driving? In the UK and US, Airbag features Radiohead's first attempt at an instrumental track in the song Meeting in the Aisle. Fact number 69. In the year 2000, Radiohead dove deeper into the electronic experimentation on their album Kid A. The album shows influences of German krautrock, free jazz, and hip-hop. The Guardian newspaper gave the album credit for wrestling with issues that would dominate the 21st century, including the application of technology, information overload, identity, and alienation. Fact number 70. Kid A was the first major label album to be streamed online before its release. Capitol Records designed an embedded media player called iBlip that included the entire album. The most innovative part of the player was that it could be updated with the new content as it was created. Band news, pre-order links, and short videos the band called blips could be added to attract audiences. This was a revolutionary move in establishing a digital marketplace for music, especially while at the same time Napster and other peer-to-peer music sites were being targeted for violating copyright. Fact number 71. The streaming showed no negative effects toward sales because Kid A debuted at #1 in the US, selling over 200,000 copies. It was Radiohead's first chart topper and the first time an album became so successful without being promoted on the radio or with music videos. It won Best Alternative Album at the 2001 Grammys, despite the fact that no singles were released. Fact number 72. Did you know that in June 2001, a collection of songs recorded during the same time as Kid A was released and called Amnesiac, the band considered releasing a double album with all the tracks from both records, but instead decided to spread them out over 2 albums, which makes sense since Kid A is more experimental, and Amnesiac sounds like a return to the earlier alternative rock Radiohead. Fact number 73. In 2001, Thom said that the second album was named Amnesiac because I read that Gnostics believe when we are born we are forced to forget where we have come from in order to deal with the trauma of arriving in this life. I thought this was really fascinating. It's like the river of forgetfulness. Fact number 74. Pyramid Song off Amnesiac began as a simple piece in the studio, where Phil played the drums and Thom sang on the piano. Then Jonny came in to arrange strings for the song, which were overdubbed in Dorchester Abbey, a 12th century church about 5 miles from Radiohead's studio. Ed called it the best song we've recorded. Fact number 75. Pyramid Song, I Might Be Wrong, and Knives Out were the album's singles. I Might Be Wrong hit number 27 on Billboard's alternative chart and was used to name their 2001 compilation of live recordings from Europe, I Might Be Wrong Live Recordings. Fact number 76. Radiohead returned to recording in the studio with Nigel Godrich by the summer of 2002. They re-released their next album, Hail to the Thief, in 2003, and it reached #1 in the UK and #3 in the US. Fact number 77. Hail to the Thief was recorded in 2 weeks at Ocean Way Studios in Los Angeles, California. It was originally going to be called The GLOAMING after one of the album tracks, but the guys vetoed that title for sounding too progressive rock. Instead, they chose Hail to the Thief, which is a line from their song 2 + 2 = 5. Fact number 78. The album artwork was created to look like a road map, and the map provides alternative titles for each song that were influenced by the 9/11 terror attacks on New York. Thom said that he had heard all these phrases used on the radio, and he wrote down the ones that stuck out to him the most. Fact number 79. Radiohead headlined the 2004 Coachella Festival and released the B-sides and remix collection Calm Lag. The record was their last one for EMI. Fact number 80. The most gigantic lying mouth of all time is a collection of 24 short films designed as visual companion pieces for the Hail to the Thief album. It was released in 2004, and the short films were meant to air on British television, but they never made it to screen. Fact number 81. The band took a brief hiatus from recording in 2004, and each member pursued solo projects during that time. Thom Yorke released the heavily electronic album The Eraser in 2006, and an interactive website was created to go along with the album where users were directed to click on a card catalog style drawer to retrieve a document that relates to the album. Fact number 82. Jonny Greenwood turned his attention to composing music for films. His credits include Body Song and a collaboration with Paul Thomas Anderson for There Will Be Blood. Fact number 83. The members of Radiohead reunited in late 2006 without a label. Producer Nigel Godrich was working with Beck and Charlotte Gainsbourg at the time, so Spike Stent was brought in to produce instead. Unfortunately, the creative relationship didn't work out, and Nigel replaced Spike shortly after. Fact number 84. Radiohead set another precedent in 2007 when they released their non-label album In Rainbows with little to no press, and as a digital download-only album. Even more shocking was that buyers were allowed to name their own price of purchase, including the option of free. A physical version of the album was officially released later in the UK and the US, and despite their digital release, the album still sold well and debuted at #1 in the UK. It also won the Grammys for Best Alternative Music Album and Best Boxed or Special Limited Edition Package. Fact number 85. Radiohead then pioneered a webcast model of live performances when the band streamed a London club gig online in 2008. Fact number 86. Though the band was not under EMI's contract any longer, the label still owned the rights to their earlier work and wanted to capitalize on Radiohead's catalog. In 2008, EMI released two versions of the album Radiohead, The Best Of. One version was a single CD package and the other was a 2 CD deluxe edition spanning the band's entire career. Fact number 87. Finally backed by a new label, XL Recordings, Radiohead then released The King of Limbs in 2011. It was the first available on the band's website for digital purchase, like the In Rainbows album. Fact number 88. The surprise announcement about the King of Limbs release was made on Valentine's Day, and the album became available 4 days later. The album is named after a large oak tree in the Savernake Forest in Wiltshire, England. Savernake houses one of the world's largest collection of ancient trees. Fact number 89. The recording of this album included a very different method. The band's members would play the music, then cut and sample it, and edit the songs in a way that Thom said was similar to film editing. Fact number 90. For live performances, Radiohead enlisted Portishead member Clive Dreamer to play a second drum kit in order to achieve the same rhythmic depth of the songs that the album versions had. Fact number 91. In 2011, Radiohead also released TKOL RMX 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, an album of King of Limbs remix. Mark Pritchard, Lone, Pearson Sound, and Nathan Fake are among the remixers that worked on the songs. Bloom is remixed a total of 5 times. Fact number 92. Radiohead did not tour much to promote The King of Limbs. Instead, they recorded the in-studio set called Live from the Basement and includes the entire album plus 3 outtake tracks. And they perform it back with a brass section. Fact number 93. Robin Pecknold of Fleet Foxes was drawn to Codex from The King of Limbs because of the song's references to night swimming. He now counts it as an influence in his musical development. Fact number 94. During another Radiohead hiatus, Thom Yorke formed the band Atoms for Peace. It consists of Nigel Godrich, Red Hot Chili Peppers bassist Flea, and its percussionist Mario Refosco, and Joey Waronker. The side project is named after a song from Thom's former solo album, The Eraser. Fact number 95. Atoms for Peace released its first album, Amok, in 2013. The band recorded the tracks by riffing off of rhythms Thom Yorke had created using his laptop over 3 days in the studio. Fact number 96. Thom has said that the band's mutual admiration for Afrobeat music was a starting point for a MOOC. After a short tour, the members of Atoms for Peace returned to other projects. Fact number 97. Thom Yorke and Flea reunited in 2015 to play the songs Atoms for Peace on a French television show called Le Grand Journal. They were in France in the support of Pathway to Paris, a collaboration between musicians, artists, cities, activists, and sustainability consultants to highlight climate change solutions right before a UN meeting on the subject. Fact number 98. Phil Selway contributed 2 songs to The Sun Came Out in 2009, a project by Crowded House and many guest musicians, which was released under the name Seven Worlds Collide. The songs The Ties That Bind Us and The Witching Hour were revised and later appeared on Phil's first solo album, Familial, in 2010. His second solo album, Weatherhouse, was released in 2014. Fact number 99. In a letter co-written with Nigel Godrich, Thom announced that his second solo album, Tomorrow's Modern Boxes, would be distributed through the torrent service BitTorrent. In a letter, Thom wrote that it could be an effective way of handling some control of the internet commerce back to the people who created the work. Seems like it worked, because the album was downloaded over 1 million times in 6 days and was the most legally downloaded torrent in 2014, reaching over 4.5 million downloads. That is a lot. Fact number 100. Radiohead tried contributing a song to the soundtrack of Spectre, the 2015 James Bond film, but their work was rejected. The band then released a song, which was also called Spectre, later that year before Christmas, using the streaming website SoundCloud. Fact number 101. In May 2016, reports flooded the media about Radiohead mysteriously disappearing from the internet. The band's website was blank, and social media posts on Google+, Twitter, and Facebook were deleted. The entertainment website Vulture called the attempt to remove Radiohead's digital footprint an anti-viral marketing campaign designed to generate interest in their new album, A Moon-Shaped Pool. Fact number 102. The band returned 6 days later with its first album of new material, A Moon-Shaped Pool hit iTunes, Apple Music, and Tidal on May 8th, 2016. It also became available at amoonshapedpool.com. The physical release is scheduled for June 2016. Fact number 103. The videos for Burn the Witch and Daydreaming came out a few days before the album release. Burn the Witch features animation in the style of the Trumptonshire children's animation series done in the 1960s. Animator Verpi Ketu said that the video was meant to raise awareness about the blaming of different people and the blaming of Muslims that led to people wanting to metaphorically burn the witch. Fact number 104. A special edition of the album is being released in September 2016. It includes 2 12-inch records featuring the album, 1 CD with the album, and 1 CD with bonus tracks, and 32 pages of artwork. Fact number 105. The numbers 14261485550 are on the cover of Radiohead's Airbag EP. It was actually Thom's pager number at the time. And if fans dialed 0 and that number, they were answered with a pre-recorded hello, which was Thom's real voice. Radiohead listened to the fan messages for fun, but did not do anything with them. Fact number 106. Radiohead's early catalog was reissued on vinyl by XL Recordings on May 20th, 2016. XL is a Beggars Group imprint and acquired the band's back catalog earlier this year. Some B-sides and rare tracks were removed from streaming sites like Spotify and Apple Music in preparation for the reissue packages. Fact number 107. A Moon-Shaped Pool debuted at the top of the UK sales charts with combined sales of over 50,000 units. It is Radiohead's 6th UK #1 album and the first to go #1 since 2007 in Rainbows. Woo! We did it! It's a lot of facts. Once again, I'm Dylan, and you just finished watching MicDrop's 107 Facts about Radiohead. Did you guys enjoy these facts? Have a lot of fun? Make sure to subscribe because we're bringing you more facts about your favorite musicians every single week. Let us know which artists we should feature because we'll listen to you. And make sure that you check out our other videos by clicking somewhere on this screen. See you guys next week. For MicDrop, I'm Dylan. I'm out.